That's a useful hit, but don't skip. Don't skip any text. Cause
no, absolutely not.
That's part of the enjoyment.
I'm so eager to see like what's going to happen here. I almost downloaded it and played it myself. That genuinely, I'm on the edge of my seat. So to recap, we wrote the second poem, but they haven't read it yet.
Yes.
Is that right? Okay,
yeah.
Sweet. Let's do it. I've got more comfortable the past couple of days. Entering the problem, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Jack. Yo. Sayori's your like neighbour.
Yeah, she's she's your next door neighbour, sort of potential girlfriend. Then you got Monica's the sort of popular chick. Yuki is the sort of goth introvert.
Aye, she's the life's pain one.
And Natsuki's the more kind of tomboy. I must admit, like, probably for me the most unlikable character.
Yeah,
but
so
maybe
far,
some people would be in that.
Yeah, so far I would have said so, but we'll wait and see.
I want to have a look at your wallet. She's got money. She's just trying to fucking. She's just trying to scam you out of some fucking hard-earned cash. Oh no, she has no money. That was it.
Aww.
I'll pay you back.
The first place she would have bought a snack before. World's greatest detective over here.
I know.
Or you plan to don't forget an experiment on my slack. You're always hungry. Wonder if that's going to be a later plot point. She'll develop bulimia or something.
She's got an eating disorder, maybe.
Who knows? Made you deserve to feel guilty. That's some Sunday school.
Oh right, if you feel guilty. Oh, it's Yuri, sorry, not Yuki.
Yuri, something giggles. Her face is in it, but as always, because you can't. You know, you read with your ears, obviously.
Aye.
I wasn't listening or anything. Yeah, you were. Something in my book.
Tell Jack to let me borrow some money.
She has no sway over me. Yet.
Maybe by poem 3 or 4.
Yeah, let's see. Frankly, I promise useless not that use.
I wasn't paying enough attention to see what words you picked, to see if you were. Normally when you pick...
I don't remember, because the first one was a bit of a mixture. I think the second one, I tried to make it all dark and, you know,
dark
what
and
I thought she'd go for, but I don't remember. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed in my book.
I assume the fact Yuri is kind of butting in here makes me think that Yuri already likes your poem. There's no way you could think that.
But they just jumped out more. They were all the like controversial words. Who was the? No, was it retribution? Great word. Was it Sayori's that was like, I woke up late or something like that? The sun is on my face and it's sunny.
It's sort of
I
simple.
want breakfast. Yeah.
How's is the most hard, I would say, to just guess. There is a word list for each character.
Aye.
In the game files, to be fair. But we'll get to the game files once we've actually maybe beaten the game. Natsuki's a bit more obvious. It's anything to kind of do with cakes or colours or... But Sayori's is a weird kind of blend of sort of the two. Threw a cookie at her.
Take my retribution. I was just going to give it to you, then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. Seeing your reaction, I'm so happy. Hugs the cookie. Tears it after he takes a big bite. So good. Oh no.
Oh, worst. Nothing worse than when you bite your tongue.
Natsu bites a bit of her own cookie. Well, would they be the same? Beggars can't be choosers. Oh, they are different.
I forgot about
That's a bit. It's a bit snide.
Here's up your oatmeal cookie.
Aye.
I bought this fucking chocolate chip beast for myself.
There's yours, Sayori. It's made of air. You fat bitch. Go get in that bathroom stall and throw up. Cookie's still in hand. You should nudge Sayori off of her.
Takes a bite of Natsuki's
Oh, that's
little
not
thief. Aye.
Yuri and I laugh as well. I don't know.
Oh, there's no Monica.
She'll be outside doing push-ups or something.
Did she strike you as the sporty one?
I don't remember. Was it she?
She's the popular chick. She's the one who's like, she's too cool for school.
Oh yeah, of course. No, I'm thinking of pink hair. Yeah, yeah.
Pink hair.
Her. Well, pink hair. Her in the middle's kind of pink. That's more sort of rose pink. Pink on the left.
Oh, they're saying she wouldn't get a boyfriend. Oh, sorry, she would have a boyfriend.
She's probably more desirable than all of us combined.
I don't know. That's quite a statement.
The door swings open. Monica. I'm super sorry.
I don't know.
You guys were.
I mean, green eyes, it's a bit more, you know, normal, I suppose.
Oh, she's got a boyfriend. But boyfriend? Oh, right.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Oh, good. Oh, thank goodness.
Still in the game.
Yeah, I thought one of them wasn't. Just looks like time. Makes some sense. The little bell ring at least. That's a. I'm sure I talked about this before, but that's a trope I hate in films.
What?
When the bell goes when the teacher's talking, like. Give the teachers some credit. They don't just like.
Don't
Well, there's 2 minutes till the end of the period.
Exactly.
Let me start a new lecture. Like,
Let me regale this anecdote quickly before you leave. Like, no, that shit doesn't happen.
yeah, but it always happens in films.
Teachers wind down at about fucking 10 minutes
Yeah,
before
exactly.
the exactly. Right, you just read your books and we'll pick this up next week.
Yeah. Well, they just like either stare at space or drink from their hip flask or whatever.
Whatever gets them through the day. I'm pretty sure
Look at that pose she's striking as well.
Aye. It's a pure upskirt.
That's
shot.
what, yeah, actually, well, it isn't, but it's getting that way.
If you were standing to her side rather than to the front of her.
Yeah. Love the chance to show once I'm ready.
I see.
Not really. Yeah, probably.
Oh.
Everyone's settled down. It's quite a rowdy literature club, isn't it?
I know, man.
Okay.
Man.
How am I supposed to occupy myself that's related by this?
Oh, you're going to read Yuri's book? Yeah. I'm feeling too tired to read. Well, I'll go for a wee snooze.
Oh, they're worried that we've seen them now. Festival is a chance to show everyone what literature is all about.
Too dense and intellectual.
Anyway, I'm showing that to everyone. That's something
How do you sell a literature club without it being sort of pretentious?
Yeah, you need to just be. I don't know. You need to hit them with a good example, like Eminem. You're in Eminem. How do his lyrics make you feel? And then they tell you, and then you're like, you just did literal analysis.
Do like critical analysis, exactly. Well, you'll see how they kind of solve the problem. It's more of just like, we'll read the poems to people.
Right. That would not fly in real life.
But it does. I mean, if you think about those mad like open mic like poetry nights.
Yeah.
Where it's just like Karen Dunbar doing man.
Man, give me the remote for the TV. There was something like that.
Something about the toilet seat as well, I think.
And then doesn't she say something that she gets all embarrassed? She's like, "That's not about my husband. It's just
something I wrote."
Yeah. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Also, they're making cupcakes for the event, right?
They're combining all their talents to try and make the event as spectacular as possible.
Yeah, I mean, Sayori's enthusiastic at least, and I mean that can be infectious sometimes. Whoa, you're way too close. nearly fall out of my chair. Sorry. I'm not sorry at all.
It's your fault for it. This isn't the napping club. Ha!
Sensational part.
Does our school have a napping club? I'd fucking be there first in. I had a nap today. It was amazing.
I didn't, but almost did. I started watching something on Netflix. It's a new like murder mystery thing, and it's a true crime thing actually, but it has that thing that Sky One's the worst for this. The first 10 minutes is brilliant, and then it just plummets.
Nah.
You know, like the first 10 minutes it's shot really well, and it's edited really well, and it's like really grabs you, and then it just nosedives. And it's like 4 episodes, you know, like you could wrap this up in like 2. Anyway,
we don't have the content to fill the time.
Yeah.
They just fill the time.
They just speak to everybody they've ever met. Like they speak to like his cousins, and they're like, "Yeah, I haven't seen George in about 40 years." Like,
but here's what I thought about him.
When we were 6. Like, cool.
Stop looking out for Jack, see what he.
That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. Oh, oversleeping. I wonder why. Is she staying up too late? Does she have a double life? Does she have a night job? I don't know.
See, this is what I like about this game, is it layers the sort of text with, like you say, there's a bit of kind of, there's something up, and each of them have got that in some of the patter where you're like, there's more to this.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, it's a game to enjoy, like, over a kind of couple hours, just with the little kind of breadcrumbs that are sort of laid.
Yeah.
Without saying too much more than that.
Jeez-o.
You meanie.
You don't even keep your blazer buttons up. Yeah, but that's on purpose. That's to get you complacent with her titties, make you make a mistake. Oof. Can't say that.
That's super mean.
You'll thank me later. He starts to button up her blazer. Oh my, that's quite forward.
I don't know, Jack, what you up to?
How weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. It is.
I don't know.
It's okay though. I'm happy we're like this. I guess.
Hey,
Be careful, the button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? What, the top one?
Yeah, exactly.
It did when I bought it. She's maturing, evidently. What age are these children?
Said it. Exactly, said it out loud. Don't talk about them titties.
Blazer buttoned up like that. Well, just because it's... You haven't seen it? Unbuttons her blazer once more. Jeez-o. Stop trying to fix her. Jeez. I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? If I had a boyfriend, then I wouldn't even let you do things like this. Oof. She fancies me.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Anyway, just focus on trying to wake up a little earlier. Should she not get like an alarm clock or something? There's definitely something ominous about her sleeping late. She's got a double life. She's out working the streets.
Working the streets, exactly, yeah.
There's a whole plot about that in that Yakuza game. Like a dragon or whatever it's called.
Oh, right, like some side characters working the streets.
No, it's like one of the main characters. She like runs a brothel or whatever. But they like there's apparently a ton of them in Japan, but they're like, you know, not officially that. They're like bathhouses or some shit like that.
Aye, massage parlours and whatnot.
Yeah, that type of stuff.
There's definitely apparently a rise in like Thai massage places that give happy endings apparently in Glasgow.
I don't know. Right. There's one on the way out of Falkirk, because obviously I was working through there. You would see it on the way out all the time. And I looked up her. Well, no. I looked up her like. She doesn't have a website, but like her Facebook page, And the results were so mixed because it was like, it'd be like a woman saying like, oh, 10 out of 10, brilliant. Then it'd be like a guy saying like, you know, like, 2 out of 10. She answered, like she answered her phone midway through, you know, was texting throughout when I said like, here, you know, this is kind of like,
I'm paying for
she
this
told me to fuck off, stuff like that. I was like, jeez.
That sounds rough as fuck.
It might be, but I don't know. Maybe they didn't get the same like masseuse. I have no idea. It was a woman saying it was good, you know. It wasn't just like some pure dirtbag. Like,
you wrote it for Sayori. Especially after yesterday's dog shit poem.
Right. I'm gonna put this on my wall. Oh wait, so she's reading it first.
You give it to Sayori first.
Right, aye.
Well, no, but you read theirs as well, so. Aye. But no, your second poem looks like it landed on Sayori.
I don't know how that happened, but.
I know, I'd need to go back and see exactly the words.
Are you sure you don't just like it because I wrote it? You know what I mean? It's part of it. Better than a lot of people, you know. When I read your poem, it's not just a poem.
It's a Jack poem.
Jeez, oh. It feels extra special. All my feelings in it.
This woman's literally hugging your poem.
Yeah. She is weird. Figuring out poems are good or bad. Fair enough. Well, then again, I try conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. I don't know what kind of writing you like in the first place.
Hey, dude, dumb shit writing.
Just try giving it some thought. You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Other people might end up getting hurt at some point. Clearly. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? Bittersweet.
She's probably the hardest one to pitch to.
Yeah.
Her word list is aye.
I like the happy the most. She's so childlike. Better expresses my feelings. Thanks, Jack. I'll go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Right, this one. Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. And I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle, all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day.
Maybe she's drinking.
Maybe. Is that why she's hungover? That's why she can't get out of bed? I don't know. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Didn't she say something about a locked door?
Last time I think so, maybe aye.
Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend.
At least she shares her, baby.
Each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile beneath my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. It's getting a bit ominous. So what? She thinks other people steal her happiness or some shit?
Steal her booze collection, maybe?
Both. the booze represents her happiness.
Holy crap.
Holy crap!
You need therapy.
Did you really write this?
No, I plagiarised it.
That's something else, actually. Yeah, I mean, kids would do that.
Are these plagiarised? Monica.
She had a big booty, so I called her Big Booty. That's by 2 Chainz. I don't know if you're familiar with that.
I'm not familiar with that.
Have you not seen that meme where it's like all these famous singers and these profound statements they made, like Jimi Hendrix, you know, Whitney Houston, Freddie Mercury, Kurt Cobain, you know, and then it's just 2 Chainz and the quote is just, she had a big booty, so I called her Big Booty. And that's some song.
That's his rhyme.
He's one of those guys that he's known not for actually what he raps, he just goes like, 2 Chainz, you know, like, and then he starts rapping. It was a bit like that Jason Derulo thing that he did for a while.
I can't remember who the silver tooth guy is. Okay.
Oh, that's is that Lil Wayne or is that Lil Jon? It's one of them. I think it's Lil Wayne. Yeah, but it's the same idea. 2 Chainz was the shit version of him, so that kind of...
He was pretty shit already.
Exactly, that puts it in perspective. I was meant to express myself this way. Well, there we go. She's getting really passionate about it.
Keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself.
I've always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it. No more than a week later.
See, that's ADHD.
Well, yeah,
like
could
hyper
be.
focus and then.
Right. You two can go take a flying leap. I actually meant to show it to
Yuri.
first. Well, no, I'm trying to like hedge my bets, so I'm trying to kind of like 2 or 3 nice things and then one little sort of slap in the face.
Treating mean, keeping keen, that sort of thing.
Were you influenced by seeing everyone's writing styles yesterday? I guess you could say that. But how differently everyone writes, so I respect you for trying new things. Metaphors can go a long way. Don't feel like you need to work your brain like turning a bunch of gears. Try letting your mind wander. Gay. What you see in here, enable your reader to see into your mind. I see. Thank you for sharing. If you'd like to read it, is this the poem you wrote for today? The Raccoon. It happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. Oh, see, guilt again. Guilty at having a snack. More bulimia. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences. Well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symptom. She's calling a cutting knife beautiful. That's ominous. The bread was hungry curiosity. Oh, pardon me. The bread, my hungry curiosity.
Cursive is hard to read on the screen.
The raccoon, an urge. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. Again with a cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread, fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited.
And jerks itself off.
Seems that way, jeez.
No, well, that completed the rhyme.
I mean, is that just like a burglar outside, you know, like with a mask, so he looks like a raccoon?
Yeah.
Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. Now I'm thinking about that Mel Gibson South Park episode. He's like, you want to torture me, don't you? The raccoon has taken...
don't twist my nipples, they hurt!
The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, yeah. Classic Pavlovian conditioning.
Fuck yeah.
I slice the bread and I feed myself again. Yeah, the bread is clearly not bread, is it? Clearly something else. What I don't know what the raccoon could be.
Is the raccoon you? Or you the raccoon? Is she gonna slice you in?
Yeah, they're not like vermin raccoons, but they're like sort of pest kind of creatures. I guess you could say, like a fox sort of.
Aye.
I didn't know they had raccoons in Japan.
Probably not. I mean,
Maybe
it's not.
They do have tanukis though, and they're basically raccoons.
Nah, fair enough. Are we tanuki set? Aye.
Yeah, aye, that's a real thing. I thought they just made that up for Mario, but no, they're real animals. It's a little more metaphorical, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. But I can.
Aye, exactly. Character in the game is designed to be a retard, obviously, you know.
I don't want to spell it out for
you. Exactly. He's meant to be oblivious.
Vivid imagery and conveying emotion through them.
So what are we guessing? We're guessing an alcoholic, and what
Maybe.
about this last?
I'm not 100% sold on that.
I'm not going to confirm or deny either, but it's interesting reading the poems in sort of slower time with a bit of perspective. But it's
possibly an alcoholic. I mean, that thing about it's definitely she feels her friends ruin her happiness, or this group of pals or whatever ruin her happiness. Whether it's literally about like booze, I don't know. But
what about Yuri?
She's definitely into some self-harm. She's clearly crazy.
Slicing up the raccoon and wearing its face or whatever mad shit. Yeah.
She's the most noticeably. Again, because those words are pretty attention grabby, like the stuff that shows up. The other two, I'm not quite.
She's like got obliteration.
Yeah.
Desertion. I don't know if desertion's one of them, but they're normally for her. I found it was like the fancy long words.
Yeah,
I just had to pick like effulgent or whatever it was.
Do you have anything like that? Yeah, I guess I do.
Don't you have a raccoon that comes to your house and you cut open and eat its liver? Oh wait, no.
I'm glad you're such a good listener.
Natsuki or Monica is gonna
Monica,
read
because
next.
I don't have a good read on her yet. How's it right going? I'll take that as long as it's not going bad. I'm happy you're applying yourself. Now she sounds like a teacher. Is she a teacher in disguise? Is she a spy? Give my poem to Monica. Alright, I like this one. Sayori would like. Yeah, but she likes everything. Me and Sarah are good friends. See, now I feel like she's trying to push me towards her. To Sayori. Good friends, but Sayori and I are actually really different. Well, that may be the case, but maybe there are.
Like, I have a dong and she has a vag.
Exactly.
The way she talks about you.
So then you think, yeah, but caring about someone's well-being is just being a
decent person.
Yeah,
exactly.
Being.
I don't read too much into looking out for people. Exactly that.
That could be. That's that same pose. This is what I'm saying. Is like. Yeah, for the most part, that art could be even copy pasted. Anyway, gentle to it, so with emotions like happiness and sadness. To each their own.
The hardest part about this game is the divergent paths and the kind of writing.
Yeah.
But fair play to the sort of team that wrote this. It's, I think, quite well put together.
Save me. The colours, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colours. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue. An endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms. Squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. Load me, is that, am I reading that right?
Yeah, you're reading that right. Load me.
Oh, like load me, like you would load like a record onto a record player, onto like a turntable, is that what she means? Squeaking, that looks like a cross, the Q, is that? You see the Q?
Yeah, I don't really get why that's kind of like a cross, but
I'm just wondering if it. Right, so hers seems very nihilistic and annoyed at everyone, kind of. I don't know. Maybe that's her deal. Maybe she's really nihilistic. Even more abstract than your last one, huh? Sorry if you don't like it. I didn't say that. Space on the paper. Right. Fair enough. Yeah, see, that makes me wonder if that Q does mean...
why she put it there?
Well, just because she's talking about the spacing and all that crap as well, so I'm like, oh, maybe the font. I don't know. Trying to speak over the noise. Hard for me to tell what it's about though. Sometimes what asking a poem about isn't the right question. Right. Okay. Sometimes you find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. Interesting. Right. What am I even talking about? Okie dokie. It's not any worse than your last one. Anything that isn't a train wreck, I'll take as a win. Great.
Don't appease Natsuki, I'll just be like, fuck you, bitch.
I had to see someone recognises my experience. That's an area where you've given me someday, so...
That's what I'm saying.
Nah.
Fuck this bitch. I didn't like you the first playthrough, and I definitely don't like you now. I am not sympathetic to your plight. I want you to know that, Natsuki. Jack may disagree further down the line when he finds out what your specific plight is, but as far as I'm concerned, fuck you and fuck your plight.
Dragging her in a dead weight. I don't know, she seemed mean, but... Okay.
She's mean.
Just fly away like letting go of a balloon, blah blah blah.
I don't get it.
Amy likes spiders. Wasn't there a monkey in her first one?
She likes monkeys.
Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders.
I know shit.
Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Bloody Amy, yeah. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing my favourite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Is the spider me? And Amy is just like everyone else?
She probably started with a man. But I don't know.
that's what I'm getting. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Yeah, so she's still in that phase of, you know, like kids when they're like, you know, girls are like, boys are gross, or vice versa. So she heavy fancies me, but doesn't want to admit it, so I'm the spider. And she doesn't know why she doesn't like Sayori for liking
the spider.
For liking the spider.
Amy's Sayori.
Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies, it doesn't matter if she keeps it private, it doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, she's gross, the world is better off without spider lovers.
And I'm gonna tell everyone.
Yeah, that's almost like a weird sort of
diss poem. It's interesting
so.
You take that way, even now. I think that one makes a bit more sense, having played it.
Or is the spider
No, I think you're on the right track where it's a diss poem. And it's just the names that have changed, and spiders aren't necessarily the things that the person like. Oh, you're going to explain it, Natsuki?
I doubt I have to explain it. It's complicated. I should put simpler analogies, and it helps people realise how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about how everyone thinks mine. That doesn't matter. Kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid to find out. People think. Exactly. Because she thinks like, oh, if people know that I fancy him, then they'll tell him, and then so what? But when you're a child, it seems a big deal. It makes them happy. I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things.
Well, just mine, she likes manga. And everyone else doesn't sort of like manga. They don't consider it literature in the literature club.
Okay.
But I think that, and I'm going to tell everyone, gives me a big hint as to what and who she's talking about.
Yeah. I think the manga thing is like almost like a red herring, because she tells you she's into it, so she wouldn't mind people talking about that she's into it. It's an unusual hobby of hers. I don't really get it, but she said something similar to you. People should make each other feel insecure, but it's really, well, not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. I guess you should try not to be so mean to her. Yeah, you should. She feels insecure about her weird behaviours and stuff. I always hate people who make me feel insecure. And you made me feel insecure yesterday. But the way you put it, it sounds like she's learned her lesson.
Well, I would say so. Whose side did you take the previous day?
I took Natsuki's.
You took Natsuki's side, didn't you?
Just because I said I was going to
shake things up, aye.
Just get a wee plot twist in there.
I feel you're definitely trying to be the peacemaker here. You're trying to keep everybody happy. You're trying to keep all the pots on the boil. If you sided, you've wrote a poem for Yuri, a poem for Sayori, and then sided with Natsuki. It'll be interesting to see how it plans out for you.
Okay, the festival. So for the festival, just a few days.
That song is so fucking earwiggy.
You know who does do well with last minute preparations?
Who?
Sayori. Don't worry so much, we're going to keep it simple, okay?
Keep it simple, stupid. So Sayori's on posters.
What's that Simpsons book? Or it's like a Troy McClure like video. It's like get smart, stupid, or something like that.
It's not ringing a bell, but
you can give out during the event. Okay, that's great. No, that's
performing our poems.
Which performance? Going to recite for the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come and recite poems too. So we're just putting it on posters in case someone wants to prepare it ahead of time. All the posters are just like drawn in crayon. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting.
Oh, pardon me. Oh. Those posters are up. People have seen them. They're coming to watch you read poems, motherfucker. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't sign up for this shit. I ain't getting on no plane.
I could never in my life do something like that. Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no. I understand where you're
Can't use the word guys anymore. It's derogatory. Derogatory to women.
Is it?
If you're in a room full of people and you say guys, there are people who will go like that. Excuse me, I'm not a guy. Right. And you'll be like that, right? You fuck off then. You're not part of this team. Because that's not what that word's kind of in reference to. Although we did an interesting analysis of our sort of interview and job advertisement material. Right. So we were given a list of masculine and a list of feminine words.
Right.
And basically I sent the apprentice off to test how many words appeared in each and give me a bit of a ratio. And there's a disproportionate ratio of kind of masculine to feminine words.
Well, what's a masculine word though?
It was like manage.
Oh, shut up.
No, but in a literal sense.
Yeah, okay.
Where it was like words like nurture were kind of the more feminine words and weren't appearing. Okay. And I was like, but I don't know, it just feels weird to write nurture the team rather than manage the team. Lead. Words like lead apparently
try
too.
And use both. I would manage the team to nurture a
well,
healthy...
That's what they're getting at, is that it should be a kind of balance of words. But I mean, we do disproportionately attract more men. Like, you're not even like, you employ more at interview stage. It's like we don't get fucking women at interview stage, so I did kind of get The Apprentice to do it because I was like, I do think it's maybe a problem, but I don't think the word part is so much the problem. I think it's just an industry, like it's an engineering industry. I think there are more male engineers than there are female, and that's just something the business has to accept, regardless of the fucking equality of outcome they want to push.
Aye. I mean, we've been over that. It's, you know.
But then this is why you're in your nearly all women's club of the literature club. That's because women like books and poetry and other
It's not even
shit.
that. I don't think it's even that women are more into books and poetry. They'd be more into talking about the fact
Feelings.
that they like books and poetry. When guys talk about films, it's like, you seen that Football Factory? Oh, it's fucking cracking, mate, innit? Oh yeah, when he fucking done that geezer.
Fucking,
you know, it's
splits
like,
his fucking head open.
Exactly, it's pure like surface level sort of. Oh, that film's pure funny.
Yeah.
If I start talking about like, I really feel like the characterization of Danny in that film, it really spoke to the nihilism felt by men of that age that are directionless and blah blah blah. They'd just be like, "Fuck you talking about?"
Exactly.
Like,
nah, mate.
even if they agreed, they'd be like, "Poof."
Do you not see when a bit starts kicking off?
That's that new Danny Dyer film, Marching Powder, is that, but like in a hilarious way, because it doesn't even try.
Self-aware.
It's so self-aware with it.
Kind of gets the fact that this
He's
is
talking like his
like
10-year-old son or something like that, and he says like, "Oh, I'm just not feeling right now," and his 10-year-old son's like, "Are you a puff, Dad?" And, you know, they're like, this isn't that type of film. Anyway, blah blah blah. Sitting there in front of each other.
No way.
Isn't that what? Well, no, it's because she's
it's
read
in
it.
front of the club, but you know, I have to do it in front of strangers now.
She's right though. I mean, if you can't do it in front of these three, then
Well, aye.
specific poem. Starts being the poem.
The way they fly.
Aye, horror's still not got a read on. She seems quite nihilistic. So if this is about like, I don't think it's literally about birds flying, but it'll be something about how come they can fly and we can't, or it'll be like, if I could fly, would I? No, would I bother? What's the point? I'd need to come back down. I don't know.
What's the point? Resisting gravity. Eventually, gravity always wins.
Yeah.
That is kind of what Monica's like.
I mean, the words to life. She's done before, or she's simply a natural. Maybe a bit of both. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. She is intense, Yuri, though. She's super intense. Four of us applaud. Monica takes both the smiles. That was so good.
One less poem to write, I suppose.
Oh, so we don't get to hear it, we just get the title?
It might pop up in the so you do get poems and stuff in your extras.
Okay.
But I suspect that was just a wee edit to write one less poem.
This poem is called
You Can Do It, Yuri. After image of a crimson eye.
That just sounds like an anime.
Exactly.
Have you seen the titles of animes? There's another good meme of it. It's like the back in my day animes. It was like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece, Gundam Wing. Where it's like animes now. It's like, help! I woke up as a slime creature being typed. Being like, they're pure long and they're like too specific.
Dan.
Well, I actually kind of like that.
Yeah, it's like I never watched Dan. So I don't know what it's
I haven't
about.
finished it. I was enjoying it, but even Dan is kind of, you can kind of say it quickly.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like they used to be like action and sort of oriented, and now they're all like weird romance ones, and the titles are like 3 sentences long instead of just being something sort of snappy. Yuri's voice. Anyway.
One Punch Man.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Pitch meeting, like exactly like sex sells, lads. What we're gonna call our new anime, like you say, how to cook in dungeons and make food for dungeons with your friends. Like,
yeah, isn't there an anime about something like that?
There is something like that. I've not watched it, but it is just like how to cook and like food from dungeons or something. I was like, what the fuck? Boring. Apparently people these days have a 3-second attention span.
I've heard that.
So if you don't get like
I think it's less,
delivered,
to be honest.
Possibly is, but
it depends what you're looking at and all that type of shit, but on social media apparently when folk are scrolling you get 3 seconds to get their attention, but I reckon it's pish. I reckon it's 1 second.
The whirling fire that Yuri keeps concealed inside her head.
suddenly, she's finished. It was after image of the Crimson Eye, was that it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it contained 0 after images and 0 Crimson Eyes.
That's a better name, like, for an episode of Dragon Ball Daima than any episode of Dragon Ball Daima.
Yeah. Dragon Ball Daima was just so nothingy. It's such a...
By the end of it, you feel like I was just a waste of time.
It kind of was.
Disappointing.
That, yeah. It was used to create more merch, basically. It was a real...
Forgot to applaud. That's quite mean. That was good, Yuri.
Right. Yuri's down for the count. I guess I'm next then. My medal. I giggled. Hee. It's a lot harder than I thought. Try not to think of it like you're reciting to other people. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself. Like
Just imagine the audience are naked. Like me.
She's doing that anyway. That's all she does.
Get your mind out the gutter, Sayori. Who stands like that? Like, you see the way Monica stands like that?
Yeah.
Like, no one
Teachers,
stands like
that's
that.
what I'm saying.
Maybe
She's
teacher.
some undercover teacher.
Undercover teacher. It's like Jump Street.
Aye.
She's like fucking them from Jump Street. She's about 34. Oh, fucking 22 Jump Street is pretty shit overall, but
I disagree. I liked it. I thought it was funny.
I like the way it starts with the whole higher budget and just some of the, I don't know, the way they play deference to like the joke of it. Like 21 for me, 21 Jump Street was the superior movie.
Yeah, overall, I think the first one was better, but I didn't. I felt like the second one was worth making.
Yeah, it was. And let's say
if they'd made a third one, then I'd go like, no, that's like the way they absolutely kill it to death at the end.
Exactly.
They're like 35 Jump Street or whatever.
And they replace Jonah with like Seth Rogen from a movie. Yeah. Oh, welcome back. He's like, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah.
Oh, but the whole contract thing. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly.
It's a good sign. What does that even mean?
Came out nicely.
That search report fits you really nicely. Don't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work so well. Aye, some of them need to be angry, like that Karen Dunbar one.
Bit of grindcore.
Oh, I know what you mean. Get some drum and bass underneath it.
Nice and gentle. I've been looking for grindcore. And
you
then
know
it just goes, grindcore!
I don't know why it annoyed me, but you know that pure famous French song like Je ne regrette rien?
Oh, yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone knows it.
Yeah.
There's a Pepsi advert and they've...
No, je ne regrette.
Yeah, but it's dubbed in English.
Is it?
So it's just like, no regrets. And I'm like, are people that fucking stupid these days that they would hear French
and not know?
Aye, and they'd be like, oh, me, I'm confused, and I'm not drinking a Pepsi. I don't even know what that advert was about now.
What's this jibber jabber?
No, honestly, am I just being a cynical old man? But honestly, I'm like, is that how stupid people are these days? They wouldn't understand a fucking Pepsi advert with a French song in it.
Some comedian sure does a joke about that, and it's something like, no, it's no for my gran, or something.
Oh, right, no, I haven't.
No, it's no for my gran.
Don't make me go before Jack. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Shut up, you.
Might as well like Jack lower everyone's standards a lot. That's what I'm saying. Fuck you, Nasa kid.
Fuck up, yeah, you can.
Exactly.
It's fine. Might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I stand up and step in front of the poem. But this is garbage because they've all already heard it anyway.
Exactly, aye. But look, they're all giving you the eyes. They're all down there in the front row, pure pushing their tits together and trying to lick their lips suggestively. Just putting you the fuck off.
That's something that'll improve over time there.
Shut up, Monica, you're like 45.
Yeah.
You're clearly a cop.
You guys haven't heard about any drug deals going on, have you?
Oh, fuck.
We met a guy who was clearly an undercover cop one time.
Aye?
I don't want to get on a total side mission here, but in Aberdeen, when we were at the beach one time, we were just like chilling. You know, 'cause it was nice, it was sunny, and this guy comes up and he was from London and he's talking to us and he's like, "Oh mate, the weather's well great, it's always this nice up here," and all that. We're like, yeah, you know, it's not really, you know, whatever. And he just kind of was like, "Oh, I could really go for some ganja though. You're into that sort of thing. Do you know anybody that could like sort me out and that?" And Rebecca just gave him a pure fake name and a pure fake number. And I didn't know. I wouldn't have known the difference. But like he goes off and she was like, "No, I gave him up your fake name there." And I was like, "How come?" And she was like, "He's clearly some undercover cop."
Yeah,
I was
exactly,
like, "You reckon?" And then she was like, "Yes."
What a performance!
You know? And I was like, then you know, once she'd said it, and I looked over at the guy, I could like see the, you know, oversized cowboy hat with a camera inside it type of thing. I was like, he clearly is. Aye. And the London thing must have been to give it some believability, I guess. I don't know.
The poem is called Jump.
Jump off what? Jump off what?
Jump for your love. Jump in.
They bounce up and down. I don't like that.
Everyone applauds.
Huff's back in the seat.
He's a
to
fruit.
say.
Well, you need to do it again. That's the whole point of practicing.
Exactly. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, I said it. It's just embarrassing. That's a surprise.
Wouldn't you find it like harder to do strangers? That came out wrong.
That's why Sayori doesn't have a problem. Different strangers every night. Well, that's just how it is. So, well, I guess in that case, not much to worry about for the festival. Thank everyone for coming, though. Yeah, see, there's pure teacher vibes. Idea of what it's like now. Pick up home, getting a practice, making pamphlets. Jeez.
Alright, jeez.
Doesn't have to be your own. Oh. She just said it doesn't have to be your own.
That's what I'm saying, plagiarise.
Weekend.
Monday's the big day.
I can do this. I can do this.
I can do this. I stand up.
There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club.
Oh, impressive, Monica.
Oh.
Called out, Monica. Ready to go, Sayori. It's home time.
We're just going home together like that. Jelly.
Well, we do live across the road. It would actually be weirder if you just
if
like...
we didn't.
Yeah,
you hang back for 5 minutes. That's
exactly, like,
weird.
Oh, I'm going to hang back for 5.
Yeah, I always hated that. See, like if it's someone you work with or something like that, and you say like, "Oh right, yeah, see you later," and then you both go to leave and you're going the same way. There's nothing worse. See, like when I used to work at that hotel, because it was like in the city centre, you weren't quite sure sort of what way folk were going. Sometimes you'd be kind of like, see you later, dude. And then you start walking like the same way.
They're going,
and then
they're going to Central.
I'd get all embarrassed and I'd start like walking like super fast so that.
So you outpace them at least.
Sometimes I would take a left or whatever to go a different route.
To lose them on the way.
Yeah, sort of, because I'm like, we already said, there was a guy called Craig I worked with who, he stayed in Bishy as well, so we would get the bus together, so that was different. But yeah, like if I wasn't sure, it's so awkward.
There was. I feel like it was an in between us episode or something that does that. That like makes that joke about the awkward walk home, and one of them's just pure like just starts sprinting home. But maybe it wasn't.
No, I think it's when Big Kerry just walks him home.
I'll come to it.
Kerry's the big tall one. To get us in a towel.
Sayori's a bit quieter than usual on the way home.
Wonder why. Spacing out.
No wonder.
Because you're wrecked. You're steaming. She's mad with it.
Come to school with a bottle of Mad Dog in her bag.
Did Mad Dog go out of business or have I made that up?
I don't fucking know.
I have a feeling
I'm not good with
I feel it did, but I think it came back as like, you know, it was still Mad Dog, but it was like called Mad Coyote or something like that. Maybe I'm just making that up. Because Hajduk had a bunch of bottles in his cupboard. He said he was gonna like hold on to one or two of them because they don't make Mad Dog anymore.
No, 2020 wine. Is Mad Dog discontinued?
2020 wine. Was that Mad Dog? Aye, Mad Dog 2020, yeah.
Aye, Mad Dog was one day discontinued from the lineup.
Ah.
Blue raspberry flavour.
Aye, that was vile. Mickey Finn's was another one. I used to combine Mickey Finn's and Jaeger to make Mick Jaggers. Like Mick Jaegers, Mick Jaggers. Oh, it was vile because they're both sort of shot drinks. So yeah.
They're not really made to do that.
Jägermeister especially just turns my stomach. I thought I really made up my mind. I really can't figure you out sometimes. Speculating something that's never going to happen. It's kind of weird thing for Sarah to care so much about. The festival's only a few days away. Who knows what will happen in that time? Right. Right. Okay. If you don't think it's spoilery, give me a hand here. I'm gonna try and write this one for Monica.
Well, Monica's not an option.
Oh, is she not?
Nope.
Oh, no, she's not.
You only got the 3.
Actually, I'm looking at them there, and I'm like, right.
Special death.
Special death fantasy. Demonetization. Kitties. Kiss. My fickle chocolate aura. Which leaves me angry. No. Which makes my father angry.
Oh god, you're right.
And then he... oh god. Then he climaxes.
Jesus Christ.
On my puppy. Which creates an unmistakable electricity in the air.
It's this fucking white controller, man. All the time, fucking low power.
So I hide under a blanket, feeling captive in my
swimsuit.
Yes. Skipping leg day until Huh? That must mean, you know, like the sort of sound effect for disappearing.
That's what it means. It's not the derogatory term for a homosexual.
Yeah.
By all means, pick it.
I think I have to, don't I? I mean, you know, it's like words like that, they do just kind of leap out at you. Starscape, that could mean so many things. So let's see how this goes.
Oh man.
And the last one here again. Don't worry, I just walked into. Were you practicing piano again? Yeah.
A lot of determination.
Determination's a weird word that they keep using in Undertale. Every time you save, it's like you are filled with determination. I don't know if there's like a reason.
Is the twist not with Undertale that you can beat it without killing anybody?
Well, I don't know that it's really a twist as such, but yeah, you can beat the whole game without killing anybody. And I'm sure you get a different ending and stuff like that.
Is that not the way you're meant to? Is that not the good ending almost?
I think so. That's a good game. I keep meaning to finish it, but you know that way, like I've stopped playing it for a minute and I'm on the last boss, who would have been tricky before, but because I'm kind of out of practice,
it's outrageous.
It's like annoying me, and I'm like, I'm sure I can do it. I'll need to just kind of
commit 4 hours of.
Well, yeah, maybe not 4 hours, but you know, set aside a chunk of time and just do it, and then I'll play it again and I'll try and do it like.
I'm reading
Thing
Tools of
clever.
Titans, and I definitely, there's a bit in it where it's like that. You need to try and carve out like 4 hours for like serious project time, and I'm like, that's the real challenge, is getting things done.
Aye.
Carving out that big chunk of time is really difficult without distraction.
Yeah.
Because cunts, honestly, especially today, cunts were just trying to steal my time left, right, and centre. Just if you're at work, people just phone you. It's like, just think that, and I mean, you can only put yourself on do not disturb for so long.
Yeah.
Because then they just email you, or in my boss's case, they'll just text you and fucking phone your mobile.
Aye.
Because
it's urgent.
But it never is though. That's the thing, is, and that's what the book's saying, is it's like those 4 hours are so critical to actually get shit done that without those kind of longer periods, you really are just kind of firefighting perpetually. You're just like week after week rolls past and you go, I've not like delivered half of what I wanted to do because other people were stealing my time. Just saying, no, you're spacing out again, Siori. Fucking that flushed face.
She is. She's spacing out more and more as this goes on. Sorry for assuming things.
Worry too much about me. I'm fine, see? Does a wee jump just... Bleh! If you say so.
Couple of bottles at MD 2020 fall out.
I'm going to be quite impressed here if this lands the way I think it's going to land.
Maybe I should ask Monica if she's noticed anything about CO8 recently. How have her grades been? Since she's a teacher.
Yeah, exactly. Since she's an undercover cop. Shuffling through papers on her desk. What's that? Why have you got other people's like homework?
Yeah.
No reason.
What do you mean? Maybe I'm reading into it a little bit too much, but she seems a bit downcast today. Oh, do you think so?
I have noticed nothing about her.
Part of me yawning, I'm just sleeping. Who is idly dragging a rubber eraser up and down her desk?
More clues of the undercover teacher.
Maybe there's something on her mind. I'm surprised I'm not the one asking you.
You know her better.
She's talked to me about things that bothered her. She's really dismissive. She won't understand. To me too, I'm friends with her.
I care about the well-being of my club members and students.
Yeah.
Did I say that?
Are you sure? Maybe she's hard to bring up with the person of interest. Oh. Another lesson.
Who says how on
Sarah
earth?
talks about
Have you ever heard anyone naturally say, how on earth would you come to that conclusion?
No.
Eh? Eh?
Ever since you joined the club, an extra light was turned on inside her. Her is always
Inside her vagina.
full of sunshine. Always has been.
You're so funny, Jack. And tall and sexy.
And this is when she's around you. I said too much. I'm sorry, what do I know anyway? I didn't mean to jump to conclusions, so you should just forget about what I said.
Now, I promise for all of you who gave up on this game a fucking hour ago.
Yeah.
That
Is this shit about to kick off?
not yet. There's probably still another hour. But it's all just scene setting. That's the thing. I know it, like, in many ways feels like window dressing. And some of it is. Some of it they should have skipped. But like, I do think that it really sets it up and the payoff is worth it. And I hadn't expected that, and I also didn't think that there was any games left that were still prepared to do that. It's risky, and I think it didn't pay off commercially for this game because
Yeah, I don't know.
I think anyone really bought it.
Can see, but
Well, I think their sequel's been cancelled or it's been on hiatus for like 5 years. But like I say, I would be one of the first if I got the opportunity to play the sequel.
Aye.
Because I think this game's ace.
Posture and expression.
And I think it's a unique game experience.
Aye, which is rare.
It is rare, especially now, because you've got so much fucking gaming options. Like, what annoys me is PlayStation released for its monthlies, it released Ark again.
They've been garbage for like a year now, I would say. Ever since they introduced like the higher tier or whatever, that is some bullshit ass shit right there.
They basically don't want you to be on the lowest tier like I am. They want me to be on the full blown. Or just pay for the full library tier, and then you can have every game. And I'm like, but that to me that's too much. I would just do nothing, like, but have anxiety over all these games I've never played.
I same. It's why I don't use Netflix as much as I should, because I'm like, look at all that crap in my list. I feel overwhelmed.
I delete stuff.
I should do that as well. Especially shows.
You've really got no intention of going to watch.
Anything that I'm like humming and hawing, I should just get rid of. With the stuff that I'm like, yeah, I did want to see that. It's just I don't have 3 hours right now. But those I should watch. I mean to say something stupid. Friends for a long time, that's all. I'm just reading into it a little too much. Often hidden deep beneath plain sight. I see. It's all this stuff.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's all these little neat things.
Setting stuff up.
They make them very complex. By the end of the game, you will appreciate these characters.
I noticed her strange behaviour today too. It looked like she was fully occupying her thoughts. Jeez, oh.
Your thoughts?
She really needs lunch, doesn't she?
We're just good friends. It's quite sweet. Ethan's got a wee gal pal called Catherine, and he's like, we are just friends. But it's quite sweet. I came home once and the two of them were here, and I swear she jumped off that sofa like fucking I electrified it as soon as I opened the door. And she's like, hi, I'm Catherine. Ethan said it was okay to come back, and I was like, that's fine, don't worry. Do you guys want a drink sort of thing, you know, like help yourself to stuff, you know? But it was funny, the way they're like guilty despite not doing anything, you know?
I still get that way though.
I'm in a house with a boy. Shouldn't be in a house with a boy. It's like you're allowed to have male friends as well. I mean, I'm not. Now that I'm married, that's a complete no-no.
Okie dokie, what's happening here?
Boom, boom, boom. Get some sharing.
What time is it?
Monica.
Is that accurate? It's just if you wanted to split it up.
I will split it after we share this poem, probably.
Right.
Who are you going to share it with first? What?
So is this the thing? Oh, okay,
no pressure.
So it doesn't need to be the one that we do at the festival. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, gee, Rick.
It's something that's okay. You've done it. You've somehow managed to write a poem for each of them.
Natsuki, was that who? I wasn't really going for Nats.
You weren't going, but yeah, you somehow ended up with one for each.
She's a bit harder to pin down for me. So that might be why. Like, I just was sort of not.
We were just making a funny.
Random,
we were quite random. We were just making a funny story about whatever.
Like when I'm trying to do it for Yuri, it's like all the most edgelord.
It is exactly. Yeah. Let's say hers is the easiest. I thought.
I see. Natsuki is kind of like that. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. I'll share my.
Go on, Monica.
Alright.
It's your third poem.
The lady who knows everything. An old tale tells of a lady who wanders earth. The lady who knows everything. A beautiful lady who has found every answer, all meaning, all purpose, and all that was ever sought. And here I am, a feather, lost adrift the sky, victim of the currents of the wind. Day after day I search with little hope, knowing legends don't exist. But when all else has failed me, when all others have turned away, the legend is all that remains, the last dim star glimmering in the twilit sky. Until one day the wind ceases to blow, I fall, and I fall and fall and fall even more, gentle as a feather, a dry quill expressionless. But a hand catches me between the thumb and forefinger, the hand of a beautiful lady. I look at her eyes and find no end to her gaze. The lady who knows everything knows what I am thinking. Before I can speak, she responds in a hollow voice. I have found every answer, all of which amount to nothing. There is no meaning, there is no purpose, and we seek only the impossible. I am not your legend does not exist. And with a breath, she blows me back afloat, and I pick up a gust of wind. See? It's pure nihilistic.
It is, she is very nihilistic.
Is she the lady or is she the feather? I'm not sure. Or is she neither?
I assume she's the feather, but maybe she's the lady. Man, there's a passage in the Bible that is literally starts like everything is pointless, like chasing the wind. Right. Like every passage, and it just bummed us out.
What part is that?
It was just after Psalms, I want to say.
Is that Old Testament?
Pass, but
I mean, the Old Testament's wild.
It's probably Old Testament because I mean the section that I'm in just now, Ecclesians, I think, is basically just about how this country's going to get fucked up. And this country's going to get fucked up. And a message about Ethiopia, it's going to get fucked up. And only in the end, only Israel will be left.
Does she know she's in a game or something? Because she just called us. She said something about two-dimensional characters.
Alright.
And I just went, do you mean one-dimensional? She went, oh yeah, that's right. And she was on about saving and stuff earlier. Is that why she's got this existential dread about the universe? Because she knows she's just a video game character or something?
What, you're trying to say she's Deadpool?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm going with. Well, not that she's Deadpool, but, you know, she knows she's in a game. Aye, the Old Testament's wild. Do you know what Gnosticism is?
No.
It's basically well, no, it's not Christianity. It's kind of like Christianity, but they basically say that God of the Old Testament isn't actually God. It's like a sort of lesser God. He's the God of like our universe, but there's a God above him that created a bunch of lesser gods, basically.
Wow.
And it kind of, and they say Jesus is actually like Jesus. Jesus is basically like sent here to
demigod sort of thing.
Yeah, sort of, but he was kind of sent here to like undo all the fucked up stuff that the first God thing did.
Interesting.
And in some ways it kind of explains, because the Old Testament is all like, and then I smote them and destroyed their whole civilization because they
notes the Old Testament.
Someone
God
wiped their ass with their own hand
exactly.
on the day of Sabbath and stuff like that. Whereas then Jesus is just a pretty chill dude.
Women can't vote.
Yeah. And then they do a bunch of course correcting when Jesus shows up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty interesting. You should look at that. I think gnosis means it's something like knowledge within or something like that. Gnosticism means like the knowledge is within you or some shit. I don't know.
Thanks for listening.
Who should I show, mate? I'm gonna leave Yuri to last this time. She said she would like this, so let's see. Finally, you're only second out of 4, so I mean, I was wondering how long it would take you
to write a good poem.
Especially Yuri, you keep writing poems like this, that's all you need. Are you sure that's not just what you want? Excuse me? You're talking to a pro, you know. Don't you think you should trust my opinion the most? Aren't you biased towards poems that are more simple and cute? Of course not. Very good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your average Twitter user.
Exactly. Everything I fucking assess is correct.
No. I had a guy that admitted to me he's never read a Batman comic in his entire life. You know, vehemently tell me that Batman and the Joker are gay for each other, and that's the basis of their rivalry.
Right, is that what it is?
Aye. I knew you'd finally understand. Me, your poems, and you'll be a pro before you know it. Here's the one I wrote. Okie dokie. I'll be your beach, Your mind is so full of troubles and fears that diminished your wonder over the years. But today I have a special place, a beach for us to go to. Wait. A beach for us to go. A shore reaching beyond your sight, a sea that sparkles with brilliant light. The walls in your mind will melt away before the sunny glow. I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. Let's bury your heavy thoughts in a pile of sand, bathe in sunbeams and hold my hand. Wash your insecurities in the salty sea and let me see you shine. Let's leave your memories in a footprint trail, set you free in my windy sail, and remember the reasons you're wonderful when you press your lips to mine. Oh, I'll be the beach that washes your worries away. I'll be the beach that you daydream about each day. I'll be the beach that makes your heart leap in a way you thought had left you long ago. But if you let me by your side, your own beach, your own escape, you'll learn to love yourself again. Gay. that was really cringe.